We've brought you the top 10 non-conference games for 2018. Now we bring you the under the radar. So not Notre Dame and Michigan, not LSU and Miami, but the under the radar games that you may want to check out here early in the season. We knocked out week 1. Now we're going to week 2. Of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel for the very best in college football coverage, discussion, and debate. All right. Let's go to week 2. We've got a game, Mississippi State at Kansas State, and the Bulldogs have generally not played tough Power 5 games, but this time they take the dark horse team that they are, many thinking that they're going to make noise in the SEC Western Division this year, and they go on the road in week 2 to take on Bill Snyder and company, and we know what Bill Snyder can do against superior talent, and Mississippi State definitely has it. With Arius Williams, 1,100-yard running back, Nick Fitzgerald at quarterback coming off of 30 touchdowns rushing the last 2 years. And, of course, we hope he's well coming off the ankle injury. And, of course, Mississippi State also. A lot of people don't know this. They bring back one of the best defenses in the nation. It was top 10 ranked last year. Montez Sweat, Jeffrey Simmons, two of the better defensive ends in the land. Kansas State hosting a Mississippi State week 2. All right, a week 3 matchup, Arizona at Houston. Khalil Tate starts his Heisman candidacy in week 1, of course, but this is his first major test on the road taking on Houston. And consider who the Cougars have knocked out just in the last few years. Louisville twice. Oklahoma, of course, in 2016. They beat Arizona last season. They also beat Florida State, of course, and Dalvin Cook a few years back in a bowl game. Duke, Northwestern. The Wildcats won 10 games. Duke wasn't quite as effective over the long course of the season, but this was not a game at Duke last year. Blue Devils dominated the Wildcats 41-17. This time they play in Evanston, Duke at Northwestern in week 2. Also, we've got Georgia Tech at South Florida. Georgia Tech unable to play Central Florida last year because of the hurricane. And this time they bring back all their offensive playmakers at Tech. They will take on a South Florida team that's always one of the best in the group of 5. Air Force at Florida Atlantic. We discussed Lane Kiffin and company's trip to Oklahoma. Devin Singletary and company will have to make a difficult trip back home to take on Air Force. And yes, FAU's the better team, the more talented roster, but Air Force always makes it difficult in terms of preparation with the triple attack option there. And Florida Atlantic in week 2 at home against Air Force. This could be a trap game if FAU is not thinking still whatever happened in Oklahoma, whether it was a disappointing loss and they've got their head between their legs or an upset win for the ages. All right, and finally in week 2, a really good Pac-12 Big Ten matchup with Michigan State traveling to Arizona State. Not necessarily two of the teams that you think of as main contenders in each conference, but kind of that second tier of contender with Sparty coming off a 10-3 campaign, taking on that Herm Edwards club and Manny Wilkins at quarterback in Tempe. Michigan State, Arizona State. Those are the under-the-radar games to possibly catch in week 2 of 2018 right here at Mark Rogers TV. We invite you, to, of course, to subscribe, to like, and to comment. We always appreciate your support, and we will see you next time.